Welcome back to A Taste of New York. Now come with us to the Duxiana Showroom in TriBeca to learn how you can have the ultimate sleep experience. We are here today in TriBeca at Duxiana to check out these amazing handmade Swedish mattresses.
Typically, the first time when a customer comes in and lies on the bed and doesn't really know much about the DUX bed, the first comment might be, wow, this feels a little bit more soft than I'm used to or that I think might work for me. But we really try to encourage, and again, it goes back to the education factor, that as you lie there, this bed really does start to conform to you. It's like a suspension system for your body, and so we like to separate the notion of soft from saggy. You're never going to have lack of support. This bed is never going to break down into that hammock effect that a lot of other mattresses do.
Yeah, tell me about this. These are the crosscuts of the 3 different models that you guys carry?
Yes, all based on this classic model that's been around for over 85 years. This basically gives you the visual of what's really happening inside of our mattresses.
I noticed this looks like it's not exactly springs what make this up. It looks like one continuous
piece
of metal. Wow.
Exactly, and in fact in our king-size beds you have over 2 miles worth of that. Each layer basically is one continuous coil, and this is unique to DUX. Certainly, you know, every mattress has their own patented system. What this does, in contrast to single coils, which is what we're used to, I think, is it creates, again, this idea that this is a suspension system. It's very active in supporting you. Every move you make, these interconnected coils basically move with you. It's a very gentle and soft process that really allows you to fall into a deep sleep and not be woken up by, you know, the lack of support, if you will, in other types of mattresses. We do keep our pillow top separate. In essence, it's the only component of the bed that will actually wear down. It does need to be replaced, you know, over time. That's an individual type of assessment as to your comfort level.
How often that this needs to be replaced?
On average, 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Some people have it for much longer. Some people, you know, it depends how cushy you want.
I guess it depends on how active they are in the bedroom, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And
right.
The whole idea, we want you to get a lot of rest and of course be as active as you want to be. So we'll come on over to the 101. Feel free to go ahead and lie down. Again, this is our very classic model. It's the one that's been on the market and is tried and true. It's certainly our best price point. So yes, we really like to describe this as a suspension system for your body. Well, we start with the classic model, which is called the 101. This is a model that's been on the market for such a long time. It's tried and true. Basically, when you take a look at this, you see that there are 2 layers of steel coil. It's an all-over, flexible, soft type of feel. It
feels very springy, and at the same time, I kind of sink in, and it's very comfortable. Yeah, wow.
Maybe a little bit springy, you might notice, but as we get up into these next models, the 212 and the A18, you start seeing that they just become kind of more and more luxurious as we go. So we have 4 models of the DUX bed. When we really get into, many of us think of this, of course, as the Rolls-Royce of DUX beds. 2 things. The build of this is different. This is more of an Americanized version.
So I'm going to lay down on this Rolls-Royce real quick.
Please do. So back to the A18.
Oh, yeah.
We addressed the build of it. There's also another adjustment feature that while you're lying there looking so serene, we're gonna try on you. As you see in the box springs, each side has a small hole. What they've added, it's been a number of years ago, is actually a crank.
Oh, nice.
And so this, in essence, is not unlike a car seat, so we can crank you up a little bit. This is always a butt for really fun jokes. It's built into the box spring. There's 2, one for each side. And this adjusts your lumbar region just slightly. It's very subtle, but it does in fact offer a little bit more support for you in your lower back and pelvic region, just in the case that that's where you need it.
Yeah, crank it up.
We're gonna crank you up. So this is lumbar support. So those of us who just need a little extra.
I felt something very subtle happening.
It's very subtle.
So that's the lumbar support for your back?
For your lower back. It's just pushing up on you a little bit more.
Wow.
Should you need that hollow point to be filled up. Come on down to either of our showrooms any day, get to know our sales staff, lie on the bed, just ask us a lot of questions. The furniture really speaks for itself. I think that part of the whole process when you're shopping for a mattress is, of course, bringing it together as a whole to make it most comfortable for you. And we are, of course, here to make it easier. And so when we get into actually dressing the bed, we like to really get to know you a little bit, what it is that you want your bed to feel like, and then we can really start getting into our samples and picking out things that feel wonderful to you.
After meeting with Paige and being re-educated as far as mattresses go, I have a newfound respect for the intricacies of a handmade mattress. I mean, it's phenomenal. There is a huge difference between this mattress and any of the other standard mattresses on the market. I mean, especially the amount of support. The design seems incredibly simple yet intricate, which is just, it blew my mind. You have to lay on it to really experience the mattress itself.
You can find us at www.duxiana.com. We have 2 locations in Manhattan, 161 Hudson Street in Tribeca, and then our uptown location is at 235 East 58th Street between 2nd and 3rd.
I had a chance to lay down on a Duxiana mattress here in Tribeca, and I have to say it was a very luxurious experience. It felt like heaven on earth.
Now, come with us as we take you from the ultimate home into the kitchen to meet this week's featured chef on A Taste of New York.